It's Jimmy from odds.com. This is a clip from our big NBA show. Check out the entire show. Hit the link on the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. We move to 8 p.m. Eastern. Brooklyn Nets at Oklahoma City Thunder. Nets 12-8, 3-4 on the road. Thunder 8-9, 1-5 at home. We're at Chesapeake Energy Arena in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And it's nice having full markets for these games. Brooklyn opened up as 9.5-point favorites. That quickly goes to 8.5. Oklahoma City total opens up 230.5. The leading indicator books have moved it to 230. But there is a 231 out there, and the rest are at 230.5. But when certain books move to 230, the other books follow, and I imagine that is the future. Nets pace last 5, 24th in the NBA, 98.35 possessions a game. Thunder pace last 5, 13th, 100.40 possessions a game. Nets have won 3 straight, but haven't looked very good doing it. Coming off a 132-128 win at Atlanta on Wednesday, Durant for 32, Harden for 31, Irving for 26. Irving was the only one of the 3 to be a plus player on the court, and he was just a +2. Harden added 15 assists and 8 boards. They're 3-2 over their last 5 games. That's 2 versus the Cavs, 2 versus another man Heat squad, and 1 against the Hawks. They're barely beating weak opponents. Thunder snapped a 3-game losing streak with 2 impressive wins. 125-122 at Portland Monday and 102-97 at Phoenix Wednesday. Al Horford returned to the lineup in Phoenix after being out of the lineup for personal reasons. And you see that often in the NBA. And who knows what it is, because there's all these different angles. Because there's the one angle where if there's a death in the family that we don't know about, then he's going to be even more focused and wanting to, there's a whole bunch of ideas there behind playing after a death in the family. Or if it's something that wasn't deemed that important to the team, then he's even needs to show, look, guys, I'm back. I'm here. I believe in this. And in that angle works as well. And he did that. He was great. Horford, 21 points, 11 boards in the win. All 5 starters scored in double digits. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 21 points, 8 assists, 7 boards. He keeps rolling, not shooting at a very high percentage, but filling the stat sheet. George Hill dealing with a thumb injury, missed the Suns game. He will not play on Friday versus the Nets. And Theo Maledon will get run with Hill out of the lineup. He 11.6 boards, 2 assists in 30 minutes against the Suns. We will start with Dutch Boy Fresh here, Nets Thunder.
Man, Brooklyn, I don't know where to start with this team. I mean, when I watch him, Kyrie, he only passes to KD. He doesn't pass to anybody else. And usually he's taking one hell of a difficult shot, and it goes in half the time. So what can you say? But this ain't winning basketball. They say they're going to get some pieces. They had the pieces. They had the rebounder with Allen. They had things. They made a big mistake trading for James Harden. Say what you will. He's a hell of a ball player, but he did not fit on this team. And I don't know what to do with this team. There's no way I'm going to take OKC here. With all the talent in Brooklyn, because they got 3 guys that can go for 40, and Joe Harris is one hell of a shooter as well. But I can't really touch this game, Jim.
I know you back Joe Harris often. It's sad watching him out there. He plays almost the full game. He gets like an assist, a couple boards, and 6 points.
The ball might randomly come to him off of a strip or something, and he's just can't wait. It's the only time, and then they give it to him when they dribble at 22 seconds, and then they throw it to him in the corner. He's got a second to get his shot up. That's what I've been seeing. It's pretty sick.
Man, I shot an unwatchable movie 15 years ago, basketball film, and it was like when I went to practice, I was wearing hiking boots and jean cutoffs. I just, I wasn't, it was tough. But I worked. I just practiced. I just dribbled by myself for 3 months, and I looked fine. But afterwards, I became friends with some N1 players, and I would play with them. Right down on Hermosa Beach on the courts there. And they loved playing with me because I wouldn't take a shot. Anytime there was a loose board, I would scream mine as loud as I could, no matter where I was on the ground. And I would just sprint for it, fall on the ground, cut myself up. And they would laugh their asses off and love that shit. But for Joe Harris, this guy is a really good quality player and never getting the ball ever. He's handling it with great character, but God, it sucks. It sucks watching him go from a really important piece to someone who's just
not being utilized. That's for sure.
Yeah, man.
Let's
run
go
some sets with him or something. God,
yeah. Let's go over to Wham Bam here. Nets Thunder. Does anything interest you?
Yeah, you guys kind of already know. I'm going back to the well with the SGA prop. I'm hoping that we could get back to the 33 range for the points, rebounds, and assists. last 6 games, man, this guy's just been filling up the stat sheet, just like my guys just said. 24 points, 7 assists, 5.8 rebounds. He has the keys. He has the keys, primary ball handler, and when the clock goes down, that's another reason why his decision making has become a little shisty, because he's just going straight, thinking quickly, and sometimes it's working for him, sometimes it's not. I like him in a revenge spot in these last 2 times that we took him, but in this case, I think he's just going to play up. I think he's going to play up for this game. I think the last time he played this team last time they played this team, I believe they won the game, if I'm not mistaken. And that was with Kevin Durant only on the Brooklyn side. They didn't have James yet. They didn't have Kyrie Irving because he was on a hiatus. But Shea, he balled out, had 31 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. I think having Horford coming back, obviously he had a baby or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Had a baby. That's cool. Let's have all the babies. Me and Jim having babies. Let's just all have babies right now. So he shot really well though, and I started to get on this little trend. So maybe this baby magic is going to work. I'm just saying that just to be fun here, but for the most part, they're 31 points. The last game for Shea, I like that. And these guys, when they're at home, they're very bad OKC. So we don't want to possibly back them because this could easily come get out of hand, but I don't think it's going to get out of hand. I think OKC continues to show this is a tough, scrappy team. Roby is going to be getting some problems down low, and if you're having DeAndre Jordan spaced out, because I mean Horford hit 5 threes on his return. If you have this guy spaced out, then who is their rim protector? KD. I don't think that's going to be good enough for these guys long term. So they got to get somebody in there. And at away, I'm sorry, Brooklyn, they're allowing opponents to 117 points per game, and at home, this other team in OKC has been allowing 117 points per game as well. So I do expect points here, and that is going to help me out with the Shea Gilgeous-Alexander prop. I think that's going to be another look here, and I definitely I leaned OKC last time. I slightly bet them a little bit, didn't really have that much on this to post it. But this time I'm kind of thinking about putting a full unit on it. As of right now, it's just a lean, but I'm definitely going to take that Shea prop.
Yeah, I agree. That makes a ton of sense to me. I'm going to take a look at it. I also think it's. I know that the Thunder are 1-5 at home and have been playing bad at home, but that doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't really. There's no pressure on them at home. They're not playing in front of a half-empty crowd when they're playing at full stadium or full arenas, everywhere else. So I really don't think it makes sense. I think the sample size is too small. I'm almost talking myself into backing the Thunder here at plus 8.5.
I understand that.
I'm almost close to doing that. I'm going to write it down right now. Thunder plus 8.5. I understand why it's moved from 9.5. And they're playing for each other. They're playing good ball out there.
Yeah.
And some of the comments we've heard out of Brooklyn. I mean, when Dutch went off about the Nets losing and saying we were just having fun out there, and yeah, the Thunder are really trying. They're really putting out effort, and man, it just feels like DeAndre Jordan is such he's going to be put in such bad positions because they're so
And OKC, they covered 4 of the last 6. Sorry to cutting you off there, bro, and they covered 9 of the last 11 against the East. So trends are trending their way, bro. So it's not like they're not really getting any looks here. They don't have any looks. And I love this kid, Maladin, man. He doesn't seem like a real rookie. Theo, that is, he doesn't seem like a rookie. And since George Hill is out, yeah, like you said, he's going to get a lot of burn, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to move on this as well. Also, the Nets in an overtime game expend a ton of energy on Wednesday night. Then they have to travel, and I know the Thunder had to travel as well. Quite a bit shorter distance, but I am going to move on the Thunder plus 8.5. And I understand what Dutch was saying. Like there is always going to be a fear against this Nets team that they'll win by 30, but I just don't see it right now.
I love that Shea prop though. I might tell that Wham because they can't stop nobody. Kyrie and James, that's the last thing they're doing, playing defense.
but we think it might be a higher.
It has to be, honestly.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at it. Some of these props, when they come out, like, I'm not gonna give out a -137 like with Giannis, so we gotta look
Yeah.
to see where it's at.